cooking a dinner, lighting a street, keeping a hospital open, running a factory, creating jobs, all of these require energy. Fundamental to our quality of life, energy touches everything we do and is at the heart of economic development. The electrical appliances we cannot do without in our daily lives are powered by electricity generated by the national grid, where 77% of power is generated in coal-fired power plants. Globally, countries are looking for alternative sources of energy to meet the growing demand. Africa and South Africa's economic future depends on reliable and accessible energies. Yet, with only a few options to generate energy sustainably, efficiently and safely, the world appears to be at an impasse.
However, there is a proven model of energy generation that already exists in nature.
The future of energy generation in Africa is distributed, it is decentralized, it is on-site, it is where the energy is consumed. The platinum fuel cell that we are launching is the ultimate decentralizing, distributing technology.
The technology isn't new. Invented in 1839, its first commercial use came more than a century later when NASA needed a power source for satellites and space shuttles. Since then, fuel cells have been used in many other applications, from providing primary power in remote areas to powering cars, portable devices, industrial facilities, submarines, businesses, and homes. So how do these energy powerhouses work?
It's just an electrochemical device. You introduce hydrogen into the fuel cell, and inside that electrolyte there is platinum. Platinum is a catalyst. When you introduce different elements into an environment where there is platinum, there is a reaction that takes place. And in this instance, the hydrogen atom is split into its constituent parts. Electrons are electricity. So the electrons are separated, they produce electricity, and then on the other side of this device, the cathode, you introduce normal air with oxygen in it. When oxygen and hydrogen meet, there is a reaction. And in that reaction, you produce water and you also produce heat.
The fuel cells have got a multitude of benefits, so many benefits. You know, the one lying in the fact that they are low maintenance because of the electrochemical reaction, they're low noise. So if you want to put them into an application where there's lots of people around, you can do that quite easily with a fuel cell. It's a 20-year plant life, so it's able to give reliable power for a extended long period of time. The cogeneration capabilities of a fuel cell enable a 90% efficiency in the kilojoule of energy that's gone in, and that's quite special. The most important benefit for a client obviously is in the economics. Fuel cells have to offer a better economic solution or alternative to the current energy solution. We tend to look at all the properties of the fuel cell to ensure that that economic solution does meet those requirements. And fuel cell today, in many applications in South Africa, do provide that benefit.
In the introduction of the fuel cell technology to South Africa, many different players, institutions, organizations, individuals came together.
We're working with government, we're working with our key stakeholders in Mitochondria, the DTI, the Industrial Development Corporation, the Department of Mineral Resources, Egoli Gas, and obviously then the Chamber itself, in demonstrating that this technology really does work and showing South Africa that this type of technology can help resolving the electricity crisis in South Africa as a small contribution. But in the longer term, it could play a bigger role as time goes on.
As Egoli Gas, we are very proud to be a prominent partner to this whole project. We believe that it is going to be the first of many to come. And as they do multiply, Egoli Gas will be there to supply them with natural gas.
It is clear to us that the platinum-based industries do constitute a huge opportunity for this country and that they would benefit from the proclamation of a special economic zone.
Fuel cell technology is very, very important for us as it increases the demand for platinum. That's an important resource for South Africa. That's an important resource for the planet.
So it is my intention to pass on the best wishes for today's launch, but also more importantly, the commitment of the Department of Trade and Industry, to roll out in the form of the Special Economic Zones program, platinum value-driven industrial and special economic zones based on the platinum value chain, conscious of the fact that we need to add more value to the mineral resources that we're endowed with, and that the platinum group value chain is one where we have enormous potential.
Part of the rationale for the special economic zones is to create local manufacturing capacity and capability, and that would really assist in the unemployment situation we find ourselves in this country. The value chain for mining commences with the exploration of deposits and ultimately ends up in some form of beneficiation. Moving into fuel cells and into special economic zones only adds to the beneficiation potential of these metals that we produce. The economic benefits are vast. You're looking at economies of scale, you're looking at manufacturing in the country, you're looking at lower costs, and ultimately high utilization of fuel cells in our case.
The introduction of the fuel cell technology into South Africa, we're taking that first step towards an Africa that is able to be the production center of the world.
We are on the cusp of the adoption of a great technology, which we certainly hope will play a significant role in providing electricity into South Africa and in demonstrating these technologies, platinum technologies, really work for the country.
This project is something which has great potential, enormous opportunities, and that's why, as the Department of Trade and Industry, along with all the other players in government and in the private sector that have contributed to this, we think that this is a great occasion.
Indeed, the world is ready for the next evolutionary step in the energy landscape.
And South Africa, with a wealth of natural resources, is fully prepared to answer that call.